Hey friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing. And I am coming to you today as a Michelin Man marshmallow because number one, I am cold. Number two, I am like this close to a breakdown and I need this as my comfort blanket. When I tell you that this month's budgeting spreadsheet almost sent me into some kind of psychotic break, I am being a little bit hyperbolic, but only a little bit. Sat down, put all my figures in as per usual. I do this every month. I'd lost £284. Couldn't find it, couldn't figure it out. £15 here, £30 there. Okay, I'll let that slide. £284? It took me a solid 3 hours of combing through my bank statements and cross-referencing with my spreadsheet to get everything to add up perfectly, the way, well, not perfectly, but the way I wanted it to. And now, because that took so long, we are in like the danger zone of lighting because we are in the middle of winter. Any moment now, that sun is going to come around the corner and blind me. I love it. Ho ho ho. Anyway, hi, welcome. Today, if you couldn't tell from my rant, I will be sharing my December budget with me. So we're going to take a look back at what I spent in November. Then we're going to budget everything for December and hopefully I do not cry. It's just been a morning. I would encourage you more so than ever to like this video, give it a little thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, give me a little comment because I spent 3 hours figuring out this spreadsheet and I just feel like I need a little gold sticker, like a well done. So your thumbs up will be like my little gold sticker. Anyway, we are delving into my spreadsheet as per always. This I cannot take credit for. I did not make this one. I got it from CoPlenty. I've used a bunch of their spreadsheets in the past and I am now an affiliate, so I will leave a link in the description box if you want to go ahead and start budgeting too. They're very easy to use and they're aesthetic. Look at all the graphs. Okay, so as you can see from my little dashboard here, I did come in under budget technically, although as you can see from my graph, I did have to infuse my bank account midway through the month. Luckily, I got a little bit of freelance work last month and this month, so that was an extra £100. That's why we have this sudden increase in funds midway through the month. And I transferred £100 out of my Christmas sinking fund as well because the festivities have already begun, and guess what? They are expensive. So yes, I walked away at the end of the month with £29.36 left over, but only because I had £200 extra to play with. It still counts. A win is a win. So let's take a little look first off at what I did spend in November. I'm gonna let you know, I actually haven't looked at the totals of these numbers yet. We're gonna do it together, but I'm expecting to be shocked and appalled, just so you know. Just so you know. So first off, we have groceries. I budgeted £10 and spent £5.75. Those are just the top-up groceries in between the big shop. Eating out, budgeted £20, spent £61.25. I ate out a lot, like a lot. Petrol, budgeted £0, spent £0. Car maintenance, budgeted £68 and then spent £17.47, but not really because I also put £50 into my car maintenance sinking fund. Gifts, budgeted £30, spent £81.99. That's a lot. Luckily, that was all covered by my gift sinking fund. Health, budgeted £35 and spent £52.72. I cash stuffed my usual £35 for my contact lenses, but then my health has been absolutely diabolical over the last few months, so I have started a new supplement regime, and that was expensive. Beauty treatments, budgeted £80 and spent £80. What do you know? I called it. I got my nails done, I got my hair done. This lighting situation, friends, I'm sorry, I gotta fix this. Okay, that's better. Clothing, budgeted £50 and spent £92.48. I have, between last month and this month, spent quite a chunk on clothes, which is not something I usually spend any money on. But ever since I did my no buy year in 2020, I have just gone in the complete opposite direction in terms of buying clothes. I used to love going out and like treating myself to a new dress, new pair of shoes, just like, oh, what's new in the shops? I don't care, I'll buy it. And now I don't like to shop. I'm not interested. It bores me. And it shows because like now a lot of my clothes are literally falling apart. So I've got to the point where I really needed a wardrobe update, replace a few things. So yeah, that's been pricey. Makeup, budgeted £15, spent 28. £9.82. Skincare budgeted 0 and spent 0. Hair care budgeted 20 and spent 8. Toiletries budgeted 0, spent 0. Books budgeted 0, spent 0. Takeaways budgeted 0, but could not say no to a Domino's. That melted cheese is calling to me, even though I know I'm gonna get cystic acne for like a week afterwards. Hobbies budgeted 100 and spent, oh my god, £571.91. Every month, hobbies is by far the biggest chunk of change for me, and I keep saying to myself, oh, it's fine, it didn't actually go over budget because I cash stuff every month. I put money every month into my pageant sinking fund. Trust, pageants are the vast majority of that £570, and I'm like, I'm bringing it out to my sinking fund, it's fine. And then today, just now, in this moment, I've realized that yeah, I'm pulling it out of the sinking fund, but that money is still, it exists. I've almost been like disassociated from the money every month because I'm like, it's in my sinking fund. It's still real money. I've still spent £571 mostly on pageant stuff this month. That is wild. That is insane. I am very lucky because I already have 2 amazing pageant sponsors for my upcoming pageant in June. There's Sanctuary Counselling and Copper Fitness. I actually go to Copper Fitness classes every Saturday. That's where I do my bar classes. And so I'm being sponsored by both those businesses. Shout out to them. And that does definitely like take some of the sting out of how much money I am hemorrhaging right now. Charity budgeted £17.50 and spent £12.1. Transport, I budgeted 7 and spent 17. Trips 0. Social, oh my gosh, I'm so good sometimes at predicting how much I'm going to spend. Look at that. Budgeted 100, spent £100 on 40 pence. I take it back because I clearly did not do a good job of estimating this one. Drinks budgeted £40, which I already thought was like so much. I spent £98.50 on drinks. Oh, remember when I said I was going out for Beaujolais Day and I knew that was going to be expensive? That day alone, I spent over £50 on drinks, and I also bought other drinks. I'm not usually a drinker, like by far this is the most I've spent in a month on drinks this whole year, and probably last year also. So I don't love that for me because that's a lot of money, but hey, it's done now. We wipe our hands of it and move on, I guess. Coffee budgeted £7, spent £5.90. Personal development 0. Unaccounted, which is where I lose money somehow through the month, £20.64, which is obviously way better than £284, which is what was originally unaccounted for. And the good thing about this month's unaccounted money is that I can see exactly where I spent it. I just can't remember what I bought. And I think just judging by the bank statement and like where I was buying and spending this money, I think it was stuff from my bags of joy, which I do every year. I give to Women's Aid, like little gift bags. I think that's probably what it was. So more likely than not, that £20.64 was charity, but I'm not certain, so I've just put it down as unaccounted because I'm not 100%. Subscriptions, oh, excuse me? Why have I got subscriptions £49.48? How have we, what are we okay? Please hold, because clearly I am not done losing my mind over this month's budget. Okay, good news, I see what I've done wrong. I've put the gym and my Born Free direct debit down as subscriptions, and they are not. One is a hobby and one is a charitable donation. Yes, so now subscriptions are back down to £26.99 where they should be. Miscellaneous, £46.74. I tell you what, I bought a new bra, I bought new tights, boring necessary things. So with all of that, it came in, like I said, £29.36 under budget. Usually this would be the point where I would put that money into one of my sinking funds. I'm not gonna do that this month just because Christmas is coming up and that is like wildly expensive. So what I've done instead is I've taken that £29.36 and I've rolled that into next month's budget, which we are going to talk about right now or whenever this loads, because it's not loading. I don't know why. Okay, great. Okay, so I've already put in a lot of the numbers. I've put in all of my income for December. So we've got £1,347 from my part-time job. I had £102.60 in side hustle money. That's the money that landed in my account last month minus tax. I'm taking £150 out of my YouTube money, which I do every month. I then had that £98 4 pence from freelance work this month and other. Oh, the £29.39 is what's left over from November. So that brings us to a total of £1,727 3 pence to budget out and work with this month. So I've already started putting the numbers in, just for the sake of my sanity. So we've got all of the usual suspects here. Rent. Is it rent? Not really. I live with my parents. I pay them to be here. Honestly, my company is payment enough, but I do use a lot of hot water, so there's that too. £140 has gone towards paying back my mom for the pageant dresses I bought earlier in this year. £100 into my mutual fund, and then we have all of my regular sinking funds that I do on a monthly basis. Why am I so dark again? Then underneath that, I have all of my direct debits, and then I have my kind of like bigger sinking funds that I do on a regular basis. So I put £124 into my pageant sinking fund. I put the £33, this is so convoluted, please go with me. The £33 that usually goes with the £124 into pageant sinking fund, I did not put into pageant sinking fund. I put it towards my pageant dresses. And I also took my side hustle income and put that towards the pageant dresses as well, because I would love to be able to end 2025 with no debt. So I've just been like throwing as much money at that as I can. I currently owe another 40, I think it's £44 on those dresses. So my plan is, if I don't have enough money left over at the end of the month to pay that off, I'm just going to take it out to my business account and like give myself like Christmas bonus £45. But then I did also take £11.12 out of that side hustle income as well, because if you remember from last month, I said all of the royalties I made on my book, Just As I Am, I would be paying and donating to Thrive Domestic Abuse Services. So that's that £11.12 is coming out of this. Should we try that again? That £11.12 is coming out of my side hustle income and being donated to Thrive Domestic Abuse Services. And then what's left over is the £91.48, and that's going towards paying off the pageant dresses. Do we understand? Are we there? Do we get it? Do we know? I don't know if I do anymore. My brain is fried. And then right at the bottom, I have stuff that I had on my credit card from last month. I think it's a ghost. On a clean slate. I swear to God, there's a ghost. Ugh. Do I look like Jennifer Love Hewitt to you? I do not have time for ghosts today. Okay, are you still with me? I feel like these monthly budgeting updates, I'm always like throwing so much arbitrary information at you. Like I set these like really weird rules for myself, like the £124 sinking fund money for the pageant and then a random £33 extra for a sinking fund. It makes sense in my head. I don't know if it makes sense to anyone else. But I am excited in the new year to kind of switch things up a little bit, reconfigure how I do things and make some changes. One of my big goals for 2026 is to save more. This is a tangent that no one asked for, welcome. But 2025 has been the year where I've really gotten on top of my finances. If you were watching my budgeting videos in 2024, you might remember that most months I went over budget. I pulled so much money out of my savings. It was really ad hoc and I just didn't stick to the budget. The budget was more like a loose guideline. Whereas this year, I think I've only gone over budget 1 month and the rest of the time I've had a little bit of money left over. Sometimes it's like 40 pence left over, but you know what? That's a win. So I'd really like to build on that in 2026 and not just, you know, come in under budget, but actually utilize those savings, whether that's investing more or setting up a new savings account, I don't know, but I'm excited. Okay, next we're just going to set out a budget for December. Please note, my brain is about to start melting out of my ears. I've been looking at this spreadsheet for so long. You can tell it's almost Christmas because like I'm mentally checked out. I got nothing left to give. Okay, groceries, I've already spent £6.45, so let's put that at 15. Eating out, do you know what, let's put 35 maybe. Petrol, I don't think I'm gonna need any petrol this month either, which would be nice. Car maintenance, Okay, so you can see I've already spent £192.72 because my car tax was up for renewal, but that got covered by my sinking funds. So I'm going to put the £18 of car insurance and the £50 of that I cashed off sinking funds. 40, 50, 68. Help me, I'm done. Gifts, I will be cash stuffing 30. Health, I will be cash stuffing 35. Beauty treatments, I've already spent £100. I'm actually going to bump that up to 130 just in case. Clothing, look, again, I've spent, and that's on my credit card, so that's what I've paid off, £123.54. I told you, like, I've been spending a lot on clothes recently. I'm gonna whack that up a little bit more actually, because my next credit card statement has a couple more items of clothing on, and I just want to make sure I've accounted for that. Makeup, I do need a new eyebrow pencil. 5. Skincare, yeah, I ordered my Black Friday stockpile. This is my favorite day cream ever, and I think it's like £43 to buy. I got 3 of them for £70 with a free gift. Could have done without the free gift, honestly. I'm not a great lover of free gifts, just give me what I want at the lowest price you possibly can. But 3 of them, I basically got 1 free, and I use these constantly, so it made sense. So I'm gonna say probably after I get my eye cream replaced, we're looking at about £90 for skincare. It's getting hot in here. Is it just me? Hair care, I will need a new conditioner. Toiletries, don't think so. Books, no. Takeaways, I've already spent £5.39. Let's just put 10, round it up. Hobbies, I've got £20 for dance. There's no Pilates this month. I've got the gym, that's another 20, so that's 40. I've got booty boot camp, which I just joined and I am obsessed with. Let's say 50. Charity, I've already spent £26.12. Okay, so let's go with that. Transport, probably £5-ish. Let's just throw that in there to park. Trips, 0. Social, yikes. I'm gonna put 150, honestly, and let's just see where it leads us. Let's put £40 for drinks, because 'tis the season. Tis. Coffee, I'll put 7. Personal development, 0. Oh wait, no, I've started back therapy, so I'm going to be paying £25 for therapy. Unaccounted, hopefully 0, probably not. £50 for subscriptions and 0 for miscellaneous, which brings us to a grand total of £980.12. Is that going to be within this month's budget? Good question, I'm so glad you asked. Here's the thing, the budget is a little bit different this month. We have that extra £98 from freelance. I also have, I think, £130 left in my Christmas sinking fund. Should have £1,000 to play with. This is doable. I don't know, it's all lost a bit of meaning to me. I think I need a little bit of a break from numbers, honestly. But I can't because we have one more thing to do, which is the side hustle income. Okay, let's fly through this, shall we? So affiliate links, in November I made £21.73. The vast majority of those being from the Core Plenty spreadsheet. I love it, you love it, we all love it, and I'm happy to promote it. I made £19.82 on the sale of my book, Just As I Am. If you haven't read it yet, it is available on Amazon, and I'm thinking in 2026 I'm gonna make it available to purchase directly from me, because I did recently get asked if it was available elsewhere other than Amazon for people who boycott Amazon, and it's not right now because Amazon's fulfillment is way cheaper than I could offer to you. If I had to ship it Royal Mail or using DHL or something, it's more expensive than the way Amazon can get it to you. But I think I will make that option available in 2026 for people who don't want to shop on Amazon. It'll just mean ordering some stock in up front and finding a place to store it. Digital products, I made £68.91, which is great. Those are also always linked in the description box. Plethora of stuff I got on sale, you guys. And then teaching resources, I made a whopping £2.60 for a grand total of £113.06. Not bad. So I guess guess at the end of next month we'll be able to take a look back and see just how much I've made on my side hustle income throughout the year, which is exciting. I actually don't have the capacity to be excited about it right now because my brain hurts. If your brain hurts after watching this video, I do apologize. Please don't let that deter you from subscribing. I am very much just an average girl living an average life and taking you along on the journey, and I would love you to be part of this little community we have. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. My goal is to get to 30,000 subscribers by the end of 2026, and from a purely statistical standpoint, like, the analytics say there's no way that's possible, but I'm trying to prove maths wrong because it's always proving me wrong, and this time I want to be the one who's right. Anyway, please remember that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.